All right, welcome into Gary on the Go. This is going to be awesome. Thanks to Downtown Ford for making this happen. And look at this. I'm hanging out with Tony Gemignani. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
This is so good. We saw what you're doing earlier with the flipping. First off, a little bit about you. I mean, you've been doing this for over 30 years, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, it started when I was 17, just getting out of high school. My brother had the idea of opening up a pizzeria. I just fell in love with it. You know, I was 17, turning 18. I started winning some championships in throwing, and I started winning some championships in making.
Right.
You know, one in Naples in cooking, one in Portugal, one in Vegas. And then one on the Food Network, a couple gold medals. So, yeah.
Just a couple gold medals on the Food Network. And then you brought all the love here from San Francisco, of course, to Folsom, which is great. And this place is a little unique. You get a little sample of things, just a little more condensed, right?
Yeah, big variety here at Slice House. You know, kind of a little restaurant, but a lot going on, right? You're in the kitchen, it's like, okay, this is crazy in here.
Right.
You know, that's what separates us from a lot of other places. You know, people say, oh, you're coming in this town, what do you think? I said, you know what? Put 3 or 4 of your favorite pizzerias across the nation into one place, and that's what Slice House really is.
And you travel all over the place.
All over the world.
I mean, last time I was talking to you, you were in Italy. So you go all over the place to kind of get the best ingredients and kind of see what's going on, stay up on top of things, right?
All over, yeah. I judge the world championships in Italy now.
Oh, my God.
I don't compete anymore, so you're having 50 of the best pizzas around the world come and drop in front of you, and you're trying, and like, okay, that's a cool ingredient. I'm going to try that here, try that there, so yeah.
I love that. That's fantastic. All right, you got the pizzas, you've got obviously drinks, and those are cannolis.
Cannolis, we pipe to order. So a lot of times you see cannolis, they're in a cold case. No, we pipe them to order, meaning we fill them to order.
Right.
And when you look at this pistachio, chocolate chip, or rainbow sprinkle, it's something I brought from North Beach that we do at all my restaurants.
Yep.
I said, we're going to do it at a Slice House. The shells are nice and crispy and crunchy.
Godfather made that famous, right? Leave the gun, grab the cannoli.
Leave the cannoli, yeah.
There you go. Leave the cannoli. Grab the gun, leave the cannoli.
Grab the gun, leave it. No, grab the cannoli, leave the gun.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
All right, this pizza right here, I want to jump into this, but first, can we see how this thing's made?
First step is stretching out the dough.
Got to stretch it.
You ready?
I'm ready. How do you do it?
right.
I'm going to let you take this part, and then I'll
Get
get
some
in later.
semolina.
Ooh,
This is a 32-ounce dough. We'll rain that semolina over the top. We'll create an edge.
Rain it.
So about a 1/4-inch edge.
Okay.
And then when you're a pizza man, you're like this. You're not like this.
No,
you're
yeah,
like
you gotta get
with
in
your
here.
body mechanics.
Get in there. Work
All
it
right.
hard. Exactly.
So now we're gonna go into the stretch, turn, stretch, turn, stretch, turn.
when you see guys doing this, you're like, okay, whatever. They're just making. No.
There
This
is.
science.
Guys get squared off at some pizzerias, like
Right.
old school. We actually keep a nice crust, about 1/4 inch. But this is hard, teaching somebody how to do this, it's not easy.
No. Okay.
So when you stretch, you're always around the edges. You're
pull
never
that
in the
out.
middle. You're always in the
Always on the edge, right.
We're gonna go to a 20-inch screen. Sometimes you just go right on a board, but we're gonna go onto a screen.
Got it.
Bottom is my bottom, top is my top.
I'm glad he's handling this part because I definitely would have ripped that already. That's beautiful. And this has got to be like an extra large. Don't tell me that's a small.
It's our slice pie, so we
Okay.
cut it into 6 nice New York thick like slice.
Got
So
it,
let's
so you
go
can buy by
over.
the slice.
I'm gonna teach you how to make a pie.
Okay.
A lot of times you think sauce and cheese. This is actually an upside down pizza. So sliced mozzarella, we're gonna go ahead and put sauce on top, or it's
Okay.
also could be called an upside down pizza.
So why are we doing upside down, and where did that come from? Is that
So it's
something
very
new?
East Coast that you see on Sicilian style
Yeah.
pizzas or you see in New York style pizzas.
Right.
It's just the sauce really stands out. So the sauce, instead of being on the bottom, the cheese is actually going to hold the sauce. So actually it's going to be a much stronger, crispier pizza. This pizza's called the Wise Guy.
The Wise Guy.
love the Wise
from
Guy,
New York.
right?
I was telling you earlier, I'm from Chicago. So I do the thick pizza, but I also like the thin because Chicago has an amazing thin
Tavern
crust.
style thin,
The
yeah, it's
tavern
great.
style, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We cut them like in squares. That's the way I grow. All right, now the sauce goes on top.
So we're going to go sauce on top. We're going to kind of ladle a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and smooth it out. So this pizza's not done yet. We're going to have sliced, not just Italian sausage, Italian hot honey sausage.
Ooh,
So not
hot
just
honey sausage.
So it's new actually to the game. You don't see it around.
That's wild.
It's one of the new ingredients that you're going to see across the U.S., and we're the first to have it.
Back in the old country, if you say that, back in Italy, it's pretty much just cheese and sauce, right? But here,
Very so.
the
Yeah,
more
a little more complicated
A little more
here.
complicated, but I mean, here it's the toppings, right? People love like more toppings, the better.
Yeah, it depends. Not necessarily the better. It just depends on what
Okay.
you're looking for. Cup and char pepperoni. So this is actually this raw sausage we're going to pinch.
Okay.
It's actually Chicago sausage.
There you go.
Fontanini brand.
Fontanini.
So old school sausage in Chicago. We actually use Fontanini raw sausage that comes out here. So a lot of times you don't see a lot of guys hand pinching sausage. This is like Chicago hand pinch.
That's the hand pinch
size
right
of
there.
a dime.
Right.
As flat as you can.
The slice we're making right now, probably a super popular one, obviously, with the pepperoni and the sausage.
It's super popular. It's called a Wise Guy. So we're not done. A little bit of onion. It's a nice pie. Double sausage, so it'll have the bulk sausage.
Okay.
And then we have the sweet hot
Just
honey
keeps going.
sausage.
I love this. Look at how cool this is.
We're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven.
All right.
And I actually have one that's gonna be coming out.
Oh,
Look at that.
wow, that's
Bubbling.
perfection.
Look at the bottom.
Yeah. Whoa.
Crispy.
Perfect.
Nice.
Look at that. All right, so you know the exact time. We're ready to go. Now, what's the next process?
So we'll cut and finish.
Cut
so
and
you
finish,
cut.
okay. All right.
Hear it?
Okay.
Usually, if you look at a slice, it's about the size of almost this right here. So you go.
Then you go there.
Yep. And you
Look
hear
at
it?
that. Yeah, I hear it. I hear the crunching. Look at that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you need in a Wise Guy pizza.
Yeah. When you think of a slice, I mean, a slice. Right?
That's a slice.
Right.
Right. Now, if you're in New York, you got to fold that thing.
Yeah,
don't
we
you?
will, but
That's
we're not done yet.
We're not there yet.
We're
It's
not
too
done
hot,
yet.
But
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
So,
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
A little bit of dry oregano,
Right.
grated Romano, some ricotta.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Exactly what a Wise Guy would eat, huh? Look at that.
Garlic oil over the top.
18 dobs of there. I did a quick math on that.
Some green onions. See the colors coming out, right?
Okay, yeah. Little presentation.
A little bit of Tony G hot pepper oil.
Oh, that's
Kind of,
yours.
yeah,
You
yeah.
he's got his own pepper oil.
Yeah, a little
right.
drizzle over the top. Not a lot, just a little spicy.
Ooh.
Just a little bit. Want to hold that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Drop it right there.
All right, we're
All
going to go here. Boom. All set.
Yep. Push that together.
Great. And
Wise
then,
Guy.
And then do we yell order up or no? We just kind of throw it up there now.
Yeah, food up.
Food up. That's how that's how that works. Wow, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. Finally, we get a chance to sample this. I've been staring at
Ready?
it, and we did an amazing job in the back. You got people all over
You
there.
did a good job. You know how to hold it.
I just watched. All right, so we fold it, right?
Yep, fold
this
it,
This is the
tap
Wise
it,
Guy?
yeah,
And
Wise
then we
Guy.
do we hit two hands or one hand? Doesn't matter?
When it's so good, you got one hand.
Oh, my goodness.
So it cracks, but it doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true slice right there.
That's how they do it in New York. And even when you drop a sausage on the table, you pick it up and you eat it. All right, Tony, thanks.